ever been to the National Rose Garden or any rose gardens? Imagine that you visit one of these with your friends on a pleasant day. What do you expect to see there? Beautiful roses of different colors, right? Roses are immensely beautiful flowers and release a sweet aroma. The plants that are grown for their decorative leaves, flowers, or any other parts are called ornamentals. Can you name some other ornamental plants? Orchids, jasmines, lavender lace, bougainvillea, and hibiscus are some examples of ornamental plants. Flowers also play a vital role in social and cultural celebrations. But have you ever thought about why plants produce flowers? Just for human consumption? Are there any other functions which sustain the diversity of living flora? The answer lies in sexual reproduction. The flowers are the structures of sexual reproduction for plants. To understand how flowers mediate the sexual reproduction in these plants, you should know their detailed structure. So let us discuss the structure of flowers and their structural parts. A flower is a reproductive shoot, which means that it is above the ground structure of a plant which is involved in reproduction. Flowering plants are also called angiosperms. A typical angiosperm flower has 4 different types of structures or parts. They are sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels. You might ask a question here. What are these structures and their functions? Let us discuss this. The sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels are arranged in circles on the end of the flower stalk. The flower stalk is also called a peduncle or receptacle. In some cases, any of these structures might be absent from a flower. For instance, the male flower or staminate flowers do not have carpel. In the flowers with all 4 structures, the sepals make the outermost wall, followed by the wall of petals. Then the wall of stamen is present. In the center part, the whole of carpels is present. So from the periphery to the center of the flower, the normal order of wall is sepals, petals, stamens, and carpels. Let me ask you a question here. What is a wall of sepals called? How it is different from that of the petals? Let us find out. Sepals are leaf-like structures and are often green. The wall of sepals is called the calyx. So all the sepals of a flower makes a calyx. Can you tell the function of these sepals? Sepals cover and protect the flower parts in the bud stage. The next wall is of petals. Petals are broad, flat and thin but are of different shapes and colors. Petals are frequently of bright colors to attract the pollinators. We will not discuss the pollinators here, but you should know that some insects and other animals play an important role in sexual reproduction in these plants and they are called as pollinators. The petals of bright colors and beautiful shapes attract these pollinators to ensure the sexual reproduction. You might ask a question here. What is a wall of petals called? The answer is corolla. So, all the petals of a flower are collectively termed as corolla. You should note that the calyx and corolla are called the accessory structures of a flower since they are not directly involved in sexual reproduction. If so, what are the structures of a flower that are directly involved in the process of sexual reproduction? The answer is stamen and carpel. Let us discuss these structure of a flower. Stamen are present just inside and above the petals. All the stamens of a flower are collectively called androecium. Each stamen is composed of a thin stalk called a filament. It has got a sac-like structure called as anther. The anther is located at the top of the filament and is a site where the pollen grains are formed. Here you should know that pollen grains carry the male gametes of the flowering plants. So, the stamen is a pollen producing part of a flower or the male reproductive structure. But what about the female reproductive structure of the flowers? What is it? Carpels are the female reproductive structures of a flower. A single carpel or a group of carpels that are fused is also called a pistil. A single carpel has three main parts, that is, stigma, style and an ovary. Stigma is a part of the carpel on which the pollen grains fall for the sexual reproduction. The style of the carpel is a neckline structure through which the pollen grains carry the male gametes to the ovary. The ovary of a carpel is a swollen structure and bears one or more ovules. You should know that an ovule has egg cells present in it. So, the male gametes carried by the pollen grains enters the ovary to reach the egg cell of the ovule. Now that you have learned about the male and female reproductive structures of a flower, can you tell how the male and female gametes are formed in these structures? After the formation of gametes, how and where the process of fertilization occurs? Do plants require some external agents to facilitate the process of fertilization? We will discuss these pre-fertilization and fertilization events in the next videos to find out the answers. Now, let us summarize what we have learned.
Manorama Horizon. Learning made simple.